Did we alert that as a penny stock alert, or that was just, on your own accord? Yeah, that's an entry. That was an entry yesterday, but as a swing trade. No, no, you shouldn't dump that early. That's a swing trade. You need to be watching it, how it puts in its daily candles. And especially if you're at a profit, you need to keep holding. What do I say? Oh, Adam probably doesn't know. Guys, tell Adam what's the rule with holding positions overnight, swing positions. Like rule number 1. It's practically number 1. Oh, you're a value investor. Okay. Need a one-on-one. Okay, Adam, cool. So the rule for if anybody can remember, love to see if anybody can remember. RJ, good morning. Making you co-host here, even though you never use it. Definitely don't abuse it. Always helpful. Thank you. All right, we're live. We have 8 minutes until the market opens. And it looks like we are retracing up a little bit. Wait, just to finish up with Adam here, though. Rule number 1 is never, ever hold a position overnight which is negative. If you can incorporate that rule into your trading, you will prevent yourself from so many losses. It does mean your timing is going to have to improve, but that's just going to be an evolutionary part of you as a trader. Your timing is going to have to improve because you're going to want to be only up once you're in. Do not hold a unprofitable position overnight. If you can philosophically adopt that philosophy, you'll be in so much better shape because it's multi-day losses that kill you. That's really the worst, because if you lost as much as you could lose in one day on a normally moving stock that you got in for, say, a swing trade or a value investment, you're not going to be in such a bad shape as if you actually decided to hold it overnight. Anyway, only hold profitable positions. Hold profitable positions. Somebody over in the TikTok asks if SPY is going to go to 450. I don't know, but we were looking yesterday, signaling that we were going to pull back and test the congestion area in around 415. So we'll see if that happens first. Of course, one day we'll hit 450. Tesla not looking good to me, no. ILMN is giving some fill the gap vibes. ILMN. So ILMN was at 227. I guess it had a bad earnings release and went down to 177 and is already back to 200 now. So that may fill the gap today or work on filling the gap some. All right, we've got 6 minutes until the market opens. And yesterday signaled at a top in the market. And I expect that we're going to now pull back and test a congestion area next week and have put in some chop in this range. That could end up being a back test with support. That's the beautiful thing about us recently cutting through up and over recent congestion area on the Dow, on the S&P 500, and on NASDAQ. Now we may back test that area, and that area may act as support for us to, platform the bull market off of. I do have the thesis that the bottom is in on the market and that we are starting up a new bull market, but that's not going to come without testing that thesis, So a lot of people are still, there's still a large majority of voices out there who think this market could go lower. And so they need to be crushed to submission. Once we've converted all the bears into bulls, that's then it's raging. And VEEE, somebody says. All right, V is moving from $4 close yesterday. It's already up to about $6.34. Keep an eye on V. Gold moved up this morning from about 1802 to about 1810, so a little bit of a up move on gold. Where is oil? Oil's at 92, remains bearish. US dollar broke down a couple days ago. Has been in quite the uptrend. Starting to come back up. If it can get up and over 106, 107, then the US dollar will be back in play and bullish again. Otherwise, the US dollar seems to be breaking down and weakening. We are watching UBX this morning. Which went from about $1 to now $1.88, so up 88%. So for momentum morning trading session, the morning session, there you go, UBX looking pretty okay. If you could get your stop underneath this pivot somewhere here like $1.70, and then calculate an entry from that risk, then it may be worth the reward. I'm not entirely sure how much that's going to go. It's traded 31 million shares so far, and the float is 54 million. That makes sense that it's almost doubled. It's up like 80%, and it's traded about 80% of the float already in pre-market. So it looks like it could probably trade the float again or even twice as much if the momentum continues on it during the open market, which would be enough to make it go to $3 or $4. So there could be, there's a lot of potential on UBX. Doesn't mean it'll happen. All right, we've got 2 minutes until the market opens. UBX following that. And then also we're looking at V. And another one that's moving around that could potentially break yesterday's highs and go further is TGL IPO. That becomes hot if it breaks 1450. We'll be watching TGL at the open, guys. We have 2 minutes until the open. If TGL can break over 1450, certainly 15, it may go and break pre-market highs of 17, and then it may go and break yesterday's high of 20. Then it could go to 30, the way it moves. Sky from there. FRZA IPO today, owned by V. Okay, gotcha. Apple. Somebody asked about Apple. Apple topped out yesterday, and the whole market's opening right in the middle of yesterday's candle. I believe it's going to retest yesterday's highs and reject and result in a choppy day. So it could be a choppy, low volume day today. Lack of direction does not create a profitable trading environment for trend traders, which is basically the kind of trading that you know about. All right, we got 30 seconds till the market opens. Shopify signaled an entry yesterday up over bottom pivot for a reversal. It signaled, but it pulled way back. So it needs more time. And a week, 2 or 3 more weeks to put in a little contraction. So another little wavelet. All right, here we go. 5 seconds till the market opens. You watching that TGL and CYCC. That's how you know the market's open. Alerts galore. Okay, Volta. LH now. Watch V, UBX, TGL, and CYCC. Those have a lot of potential this morning. PayPal looking good for an entry. PayPal, let's see how financial sector is pulling back. The market itself, let's see how it's coming off the open here. It's just, only a minute into the market now, and it's being bought up slightly. But you do need to wait the first 5 minutes in order to really get a sense of the sentiment on the day. Well, it looks like PayPal is going to continue to give an entry. I'm going to go ahead and give that alert. PayPal for about $7 a risk if you really want to be able to hold this for a while. Otherwise, low of yesterday, 98, $2 or $3 a risk. But $7 a risk should really keep you safe. TGL is halted up. Where is it? TGL is halted up at around 1450. Did anybody get in seeing that it was halting? Got in. Rebecca got in. Good job. Do you have level 2? What do you trade on? V just broke pre-market high. V. And the market now reversing down. Covenant Logistics. Yeah, that trade is warming up, is heating up. It's not happening today, but it is heating up. And it's shaping up is the best way to put it. 4 to 31.50. About $2.50 of risk on Covenant Logistics. Potentially build a position. Not going to officially alert that. RXDX. Okay, already putting in a top. Let's take a look at the Qs. Qs down after the open, but up after yesterday's close, and still actually below the day before's close. So from a close perspective, we topped on the market from a close perspective 2 days ago. Unless this market can take off today. I don't think it will. Yes, what's up, Terry? Peloton lawsuit. All right. Are you sure that happened today? Because I think that Peloton has had a lawsuit or several. I think that news might not be from today. Rebecca, let us know when it resumes trading. V, that break was at 6.54 pre-market. Now it's at 6.7 on V. MRSN is starting to move. Prior mover, 736 now hitting 770. UBX not following through, fading. TGL still in that halt. Wet G, monkeypox stock. Wet G, starting to move, guys. Might be halting. Wet G, get in there. You got maybe 10 seconds left, 5 seconds left if it's halting. Wet G, WETG. Moved from about $19 at the open to $22. All right, so Wet G's halted, Rebecca says. And V is now halted, VE. So we've got three stocks that moved very strongly there. ILMN is definitely working on filling that gap. It opened around 200. It's at 205 now. ILMN. So what would I do with Peloton? I'd keep holding. Depends on what you're trying to do, what your intentions were on your trade. Is it a trade? Is it an investment? Is it a swing trade? Is it just you looking for a 1 day gain? Are you looking for what are you looking for? What happens when the stock halts? It'll reopen again in 5 minutes. And they do that because an extreme move happened that might be irrational. Bought in at 13.19 1 day. You bought yesterday on the breakout at 13.19 near the top. Gotcha. It depends on what your intentions are with it. So, if it doesn't break $10.50, then that trade is still in play. But also, okay, TGL is trading again, and now it's hitting 1566. This is day 2 for this hot IPO. Wow, it is selling off swiftly now. Looks like it's dumping. Will that get bought back up? If that gets bought back up, that is a strong sign for continuation. Yes, TGL is live and flying around. If it can get basically the trade is back on, if it gets up above 1576, looks like it's not. It looks like that dump was not bought back up. That's a sign of demand weakness. I mean, if you had a big dump like that and it was going to have enough demand to create momentum, wouldn't that get bought up? Yes. And so it did not. And so that's a sign of weakness, a sure sign of weakness. Any kind of large dumps should get bought back up right away if demand is truly there. If they're not, demand weakness is not a good place to be. Thank you. Real and informative. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Give me a bunch of likes to the little thing here. Like that. Appreciate it. We must have halted over on TGL. Anybody? Thank you. JR just said it. Yeah. So the market is actually behaving more like what I expected it to behave as now, which is to be bearish today. It was bullish pre-market, but that didn't make a lot of sense to me. Benjamin had a question. Do we know where V will open? V is showing to open around where it halted. Okay. Might already be open. No, it's not. Okay. But it's going to open any second. Market trying to turn back up a little bit there. That's a dip getting bought up, and swiftly, you see. So that's a positive sign for market direction now. And you can see it manifesting itself right now. V is open, guys, and pushed all the way up to $7.30. Having something to do with, what is the ticker for the IPO? FZ, what was that? SP 500 and the Qs moving up strongly. That was breakout on the market. FRZA, okay, a subsidiary of V. Is that what you're saying? What game? Forza. I don't even know what that game is. Good on you for being more informed, for being the more informed person. TGL, you said it's halted, correct? Yes. Okay. Oh, I know, man. Well, I just go with what I see, but the market ought to be bearish, you see. And so what I posted to the group was that the way it's behaved in pre-market, it is likely to go and retest yesterday's highs. So that would be bullish for the day, but then reject is what I put in the group. That's what it was looking like pre-market. That got negated at the open. It looked like it was just not going to do that. But now it has gone and looked like it's going to follow through on that plan. Either way, almost all theses lead to a chop day today. So today's a chop day with lack of direction and conviction. Not a great day to be getting into any trades, but it's good to stay on top of the market every day. Yell Corp Trucking, take the weekly gain or stay in. Okay, yeah. Let's take a look. Stay in. You see, because volume is weakening, is going way, way, way down. So if volume is going down when price is going down, that's just a pullback. So it will continue, up. It is likely to continue up because no one wants to sell. There's no shares are available for selling except for at higher prices. Let's see, Netflix. We were not short Netflix. You must be thinking of another group. You said, did we cover on Netflix? We were not short on Netflix. Maybe somebody suggested that, and I said that's not a good idea. Don't counter trend trade. Netflix is a bullish move. NVTA is moving. Okay, but on good volume, or should we not take a look at it? Oh yeah, I went from 450 to 540. NVTA, guys. And now it's at 544. NVTA moving. Look at Duolingo. Did I exit close on Netflix? Yesterday I did, yes, but it is looking back in place. So if you didn't, you're still in good shape because it's back up and above yesterday's close and progressing on the trade. I don't know if now is going to work out if you buy into Netflix. Somebody was asking about that, unless you have some profit padding already on it. even if you sold yesterday and you had some profit, you could use that padding to subsidize getting back in, the risk of getting back in. But you could lose that trade. S&P 500 and the Qs making new highs on the day, and may retrace back up and create a double top at the highs of yesterday, and then we'll see what happens from there. I'm thinking it's going to reject and just be a choppy day today. And NVTA still at 540. Somebody asks, which stock can I buy? It depends on what you're asking for. Are you looking to day trade, which is get into something and get out in just an hour? Are you looking to buy something because you want to just see it just going up for several days in a row and then you sell it for a couple days? Are you looking to buy something to be in for a month? Are you looking to invest? So it's impossible really to answer that question, which stock should you buy? I don't really know what you're trying to do. ILMN is continuing to make progress on filling that gap. It may not fully gap fill, guys. Just realize that. 80% of gap, 90% of gaps fill 25%. 90% of gaps fill 25%. Only 10% of gaps fill completely. Interesting statistic. DRCT has a lot of potential. Rebecca says DRCT is pushing because it's very low float. Oh no, I'm not seeing that. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything crazy going on DRCT. All right, well, I'll keep it up in the corner. On Semiconductor, putting in a handle to the cup. ON. 9% of risk to get in right now. Still not the ideal entry on ON Semiconductor, but that is the strongest semiconductor pick. ON. Let's see what that guy said. Buy something couple of days. Yeah, so in that respect, you do not want to be doing that right now. Maybe a couple of days ago. Right now we're at the end of a move. You wouldn't buy at the top, you see. We're at the end of a move. So if we go over to QQQ, probably it will be more pronounced. You can see it more easily. S&P 500. Let me draw that out. Let's see. So see, this is the move you want. This is the move you want. This is the move you want. For a couple of days trade, these are the moves you want. And we just did that. So the risk is high and entry was missed if you wanted that 2 days ago. So right now you gotta wait, maybe until the end of next week. Does that mean it's not going to go higher? No, it could go higher. Does that mean I would be wrong? No, it doesn't actually, but I'm okay with being wrong. It just what I said was that it's not a good time to get in because it's risky. Better to wait. Do you ever use options flow data? Not really, no. But everybody has their specialty. Just whatever you do, learn to do, become a master of it for 3 years. If you want to get good at using options flow data, don't fuck around with it for a week or a month or 3 months. Give it 3 years. Pick something and stick with it and master it. There's plenty of ways to make money on the stock market, but it's the making money part that you got to master, not the way. SQM looking kind of good for an entry there. SQM, going to go back on that. Take a look at the volume signature. Yeah, the volume signature is looking good. Okay, we have a good entry here on SQM 103, 13% of risk. Got earnings coming up. It'd be nice to build up some padding on SQM pre-earnings for a swing trade. So I'm going to be alerting that in the swing 100. SQM up pre-earnings. Good. Up padding into risk. $3. $3. SQM swing trade, multiple days. Hey, there you are, a guy, whoever was asking. SQM is possible trade. SQM. $3 of risk per share. Stop at 100, roughly. I like that one, SQM. I've been stalking it. So glad to be building a little position here in it. Yes. What did producer say? Let's see. Just trade the S&P mini, yeah, or SPY and master that. I mean, just so many different styles and ways to trade. Yeah, there's another one. We have somebody in the group who does the alpha. One of the lead traders in our group guides everyone in options trading SPY for the day. So day trading SPY, SPY using options. That is somebody in our group who leads almost daily in SPY trading. S&P 500. Don't know what that is. There's SPY trading? What are we doing here? There's got to be people tuning into the TikTok going, SPY trading? What is this? Yeah, the folks at, what is it called? Norfolk? Are trading spies with Ukraine and Russia. No. All right, how is V doing? V is just holding around 7-ish. It's not good that it didn't find support at 7. The top of 6 is not necessarily a good psychological place for support. That's more like resistance. So V not sitting in the best place, pretty risky. MRSN starting to make its way back up. ILMN, what is it doing? 209. It's continuing to fill that gap. NVTA is back to 5.2. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. Or what was this thing? I haven't even read the news yet on it, but they were looking for nuclear classified nuclear documents. Interesting. Maybe there was information where we stockpile our nuclear warheads or some shit. They're like, we need those back. And he's like, yeah, you're going to get it. And they're like, no, we really need it back. Yeah, you'll get it. Okay, we're going to come get it. Yeah. That would reason pyrotechnically. So V acting fairly strong. FRZA is the, did you say it's FRZA or FZRA? Let me pull it up now for once and for good. Is it FRZA? All right. So IPO FRZA will be trading today, a subsidiary or holding of V. And you guys said that it's for a game called Forza. I guess. I mean, that's what Rebecca said. Rebecca said, I said nothing. Okay. Oh, I don't know then. Never mind. I said nothing. I did. Don't say that. When you say 5% risk, is that based on share price at entry or like your portfolio percent or total capital for that trade? Okay. So this goes to the 1% rule, which I teach in my market mastery. You can go to marketmastery.teachable.com. Let me give you the link right now. I don't know if it'll show it because TikTok's kind of an asshole about that shit. So, but I'll put a link here and we'll see if they want to be fascist assholes. There we go. Boom. I just posted the link. If you don't see it, it's because of fascist assholes. But if you do see it, there it is. It's at marketmastery.teachable.com. And in there is a lesson called the 1% rule. And what you're doing is you're attaching 1% of your portfolio to the risk of the trade. So the dollar amount that I talk about on every trade is the risk of the trade. Now, using the 1% rule technique, you can then size that risk of the trade to 1% of your portfolio and then never risk more than 1% of your portfolio on a trade, which is the recommendation. Rebecca says the IPO is not related to the game, but it's a popular racing Xbox PlayStation game. Forza. Oh, okay, gotcha. Ben says my grandfather had nuke codes handcuffed inside briefcases on multiple occasions and can go to a dentist with supervision for fear and couldn't go to a dentist. I think is what you're saying. Could go to a dentist with supervision for fear that the doctor could steal info while he was under anesthesia. Wow, that's crazy shit. Yeah, that's good. Okay, you signed up. Yeah, check out that 1% rule. All right, that's it, you guys. I will be chiming into the group. I'll meet you back into the group. It's Friday. Could be a weekday. Could be a choppy day. Going into the weekend. It looks like we're at the top of the market, so we may need a week of pullback. It's very risky to enter long here, and it's also not recommended to counter trend trade and try and short the top of a market when we're in trend upward. Pullbacks will be very choppy. You'll be exposing yourself to a lot of down drawdown. Bad. And besides, counter trend trading and shorting in no way makes anywhere near the return that longing does. Mike over here asks, is Peloton going to hit that 1320 in the next few days? Probably within 2 weeks, but it's hard to say. If the market doesn't go well next week, then it won't have the wind at its back, and it might take another week for it to get there. But it's looking good. It's looking pretty good. Yeah, if AMC goes under your entry, you know the drill. Just get out. The trade didn't work. All right, what's your name, Mike? Dive Master. Send me a message, or join my trading group. Click the link in my bio. Come to the trading group, and just send me a private message over there, and I'll help communicate with you. Thank you very much for the gifts. Oh wow, that is a pretty sharp decline. That from one stock get that kind of a strong reaction, but it could also be coming from news, or it could be coming from an ETF that's broad market based, and someone just got out. All right, guys, have a great weekend. If I don't see you, have a great weekend and good night. All right, catch you in the group.